And he showed consistency even in moments where TSM wasn't being very consistent. The Zillion composition comes to mind, and he was definitely a force to be reckoned with. And while everything was chaotic, he was still a very good rock for the team.
Absolutely. 2 sweet Fiora games this weekend for him. Moving into the jungle, we're going to find none other than Rainover once again.
Yeah, this is his 4th week out of 5 that he's been the OP jungler. He just keeps going up against the other best junglers, and we say, man, I'm really excited for this matchup. And then Rainover continues to annihilate that person. He killed Rush solo in Rush's jungle in this game. He was killed afterwards, but it still counts.
Yeah.
He invaded Rush on Lee Sin and killed him.
Also super articulate in their thought process. In the interview, the way he explained the decision-making process that he and Huni had for their playstyle, it really resonated with me. Anyway, I want to move into the mid lane. We're going to find Froggen in his week back 2-0 for Echo Fox. I think that's really the big story there, is the leaders back into the slot, had some good games on, some solid performances on Corki, and it really just seems as though the entire team rallies behind him once he's in the game. Moving on to AD carry, Wild Turtle, Rainover's buddy.
Oh yeah, Wild Turtle though, he really did take over that game later on. He played 2 Kalista games back to back, and the one against C9, he actually had a very flexible build that I thought was incredible, where he was adapting his AD carry build, picking up a mob, picking up a Sterix, and just being tanky and adjusting the situation. So Wild Turtle showing that he has some adaptability to him on the fly, even if he is now that guy who's looking back at his 2015 late season and being like, you know what, that was a different Wild Turtle. I'm back to my old self.
Yeah, it was the I'm the only one who's allowed to have fun Kalista build. Yeah, that's what it was. Finally, our support is going to go to high.
Yeah, and you can't really give enough props to this guy who switched to his 3rd position in under a year, and he's the only one who made this list who didn't win both games. It's because he had some very strong shot calls and played really strong Alistair in their game against Immortals, as well as in their game yesterday. So High continues to adapt to this support role, and Cloud9 looks like a very, very good team with him as a support.
Yeah, I think at first glance, a lot of people would say, well, why is he getting it when Adrian beat him this week? And I think it's exactly that. When you look at the value that he adds to the team individually as a player, plus the fact that that was one of the closer games Immortals has ever experienced, and a lot of it is due in part to High's play.
Yeah, it's the most deaths that Immortals have actually had in a single game.
Oh, absolutely. 16 in that game, only 51 in the previous 9 combined. So basically tripling their deaths per game average.
Which 67 deaths is a lot for a 10-0 team.
That is kind of true.
But that's just the way they play.
They just play fast and loose, I guess. Well, anyway, those are the players who stole our hearts. But of course, we can only have one MVP, and that is none other than Immortals Rainover. He ends this weekend with a 9.6 KDA, despite going up against CLG and Cloud9, 2 squads we thought might be able to take a win off of them. Now, he may have lost his perfect first blood stat, but he continues to make his team look good while putting forth strong performances of his own.
And now he's no longer the Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got an award. Finally, finally,
the last time he won a weekly MVP was Spring Split in Europe in week 2.
Seriously?
Seriously, it's been so long for this guy, even though he continues to perform week over week, and this time there was just no one who you could make an excuse of like, oh yeah, he was just a little bit better than Rainover, just a little bit better. No, Rainover was the best. Yeah. He was the best this week, and he deserves the MVP.
He absolutely does. It's good to see him collected. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. We're all wrapped up here this week, but in just 3 days, we'll have more league content coming your way, starting with a brand new primetime league at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. After that, the North American Challenger Series hits your screens with Team Dragon Knights versus Apex. And then on Thursday, the European LCS returns with Elements taking on Origin.